I recently came across a box while looking through some older stuff. What it was is it was a box I got from eBay a couple years ago, back when I first started really getting back into the MREs, and it was a box full of wheat snack bread. Like I said, I got this a couple years ago and I've been in storage since. I had a few of them. I think there was 14 to start with, and there's still a number of them left. And these weren't totally new to begin with when I got them, but they generally ranged from 2008 to 2009 or so. You know, the date codes and the 8s and 9s on them. So it's getting on the old side. I probably should either use these or chuck these, you know, figure out something to do with them. But one of them that I found in there was pretty interesting. It had, I think it was the oldest one that was left, and it had a date code of 8172 on it. So I checked that on the MRE date checker on MREinfo.com, and it turned out that 8172 translated to June 20th, 2008. And seeing how today is June 20th, 2014, that meant that that wheat snack bread is 6 years old as of today. So I thought I'd make a little video, and here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, wheat snack bread. Happy birthday to you. Kind of corny, okay. Sorry about that. But it is true, this is a 6-year-old wheat snack bread. And here is the date code. A little bit older than you would normally expect to keep a wheat snack bread for. So let's take a look at this one. Thanks to the oxygen absorber. You can see here, it has that kind of a chemically sort of a smell to it, which is probably mostly from this, but also I'm sure from preservatives. I mean, it doesn't smell like bread, but it's also, it doesn't, I mean, I wouldn't consider this something that would be bad to eat. There's no mold on it. It's a little bit powdery here, but they probably put a little bit of flour on it. And it's still pretty soft. I mean, wheat snack bread isn't soft in general, it's pretty dense. But considering the age, it's actually still pretty soft. So I thought I'd compare it to a newer wheat snack bread. This one has a date code of 3190 from July of 2013. So this one's almost a year old, but compared to 6, that's pretty fresh. So I'm going to use this as a fresh one. And in looking at the ingredients, they really haven't changed much over the past 6 years. There's some slight differences. And they have a lot of these hard to read things you don't really know what they are: silicon dioxide, sodium aluminum phosphate, sodium stearoyl lactylate, xanthan gum, sorbitan monosterate. You know, I mean, it's got a lot of weird stuff in it, and that really hasn't changed much. The nutrition facts are pretty similar. They haven't really changed much either. There's a couple little things that are different. But anyway, this wheat snack bread is just under a year old. We'll compare the two. This has had this for less time. And this actually does smell more like some sort of a bread. It doesn't have that same package sort of a flavor. I'm guessing it's just because it's fresher. It could be something that they've changed with the recipe, but it's no softer than the other one. It's got more of these holes in it. That's a design thing, obviously. And the thing to remember, of course, is that we are talking about shelf-stable foods. These are things that are meant to last for a number of years. I mean, if you're talking about regular bread, even a year-old bread, that's not going to sound very appetizing. I mean, I have some wheat bread here, and this has an expiration date of June 21st, which is tomorrow. So tomorrow, this one will be 6 years and 1 day old, and these will be about a week old, and they'll already be recommended that you get rid of them. So regular bread lasts about a week. Wheat snack bread, a year, 6 years, and who knows how much longer this could stay edible. I'm sure it's edible, and I'm going to check it out and see if it is. So we're going to try this out. Nothing special about it, but there's nothing bad about it either. Kind of boring, but that's the way it always is. Try this newer one. I've seen some newer ones where they seem to be putting more visible wheat on the or in the mix, so it looks healthier. This one actually still looks pretty similar to the old one. This tastes about the same. Like I said, I don't really get that preservative taste out of this one, which I think is probably more the fault of the oxygen absorber. I really don't know what the cause is, but the old one does have an odd smell and taste to it. This one's still dense and everything, but you can tell it's a lot fresher. Really not too much to report. I mean, it's wheat snack bread, and it tastes like wheat snack bread. After 6 years, it's still definitely edible. I would think you could probably leave it in for another 6 years, and it'll still be the same thing. Just for one last thing, we'll put a little bit of peanut butter on here. That goes a long way in covering up that smell and that taste I was talking about. You really don't taste the bread, you just basically taste the peanut butter. It's kind of a vehicle for the peanut butter. That's fine. And the new one is very good too. So that was a quick look at a 6-year-old piece of wheat snack bread from an MRE, and a quick comparison to one that is just under 1 year old.